Homelessness 2.0, day 32. It is 9 p.m. Yesterday, I went to the mailbox and I couldn't do anything because I didn't have my keys with me. I didn't actually get to the mailbox when I got off the train and I got around the corner and I was probably about a block and a half away from the mailbox. I was like, oh shit, I don't have my fucking keys with me. Because the only pair of keys, the only set of keys rather, is these little guys right here, which are used for the door here. Whereas these are my keys, for the most part. I mean, it's the UPS store keys that are part of it as well. But so yeah, I didn't have the mailbox keys, nor did I have the key for the storage unit. And so by the time I got back home, I was like, fuck it, I don't know. And I went to bed. Well, I tried to go to bed a little earlier yesterday, but then it just didn't work. I was still just kind of awake. And so I don't have since I didn't have, since I wasn't able to get the mail, and I wasn't able to go to the storage unit and get like the spaghetti sauce stuff or the razor. Well, I'd say razor, but it's just it's a trimmer. I'm going to turn that down just a little bit because it's... Anyway. So I couldn't take care of this. I got a shower today because I didn't take it. I mean, I was like, I don't care. And I'm looking for more driving schools. I mean, like, so much of the stuff that I've been doing for the last couple of weeks probably have been done in a couple of days, but it takes so much mental energy to do anything that is productive for me. Like when I showed you before, when I could just simply, easily have the pan that I had just cooked in, just throw some hot water in it and boom, be done. Like even that for me is often taxing. Side note, since I had already gone to the grocery store, not yesterday, but the day before, I was going to go again maybe today. But, and I'll get to that in a second. I was considering going yesterday after everything, but then I was like, I don't want to, I get so easily discouraged from one thing that it just erases all of the other stuff that I feel like doing. And so sometimes I don't even remember to do a thing I need to do that day. Like, some people might be like, you should write that down. But I forget to do that too. I mean, I've even had it written down in front of me on a whiteboard on a regular basis, and the whiteboard basically blurs into non-existence. Like, despite the fact it's there where my eyes can see it on a regular basis, it still somehow manages to just disappear from my consciousness. I don't know how. I wish it wouldn't do that. I wish I could be like, hey, I wish I could see it in my periphery and be like, whoa, thing. And it has things written on it. I wish that was the case, but it doesn't work that way. God, if it only worked that way, that would be amazing. Holy hell, would my life be different. But it doesn't do that. So yesterday, like I said, come back. And I left, I want to say, around 1. I came back, and then I actually took a nap because I was still tired because of all the construction. And then, which probably screwed up my, whole trying to go to bed at like 2 instead of 3 a.m. And then I slept for a pretty reasonable amount of time, but I didn't wake up the way that I had been in the beginning when I first started here. Ever since the construction started, I haven't been able to wake up on my own terms. I've been waking up on theirs. That has been, like, there have been a couple of times back in the past where, maybe I'd sleep for like 5 hours or something and then I couldn't wake it. I can go back to sleep. But for the most part, I had been waking up on my own terms, going to bed at a pretty, like, things were stabilizing with me, with my sleep schedule, despite the fact that Like, it was stabilizing at a slightly later time, but it was still happening. And now it's not at all. Like today, like I said, I woke up because of them. I should have had enough sleep, but then it got to a point where after eating and, watching a couple YouTube videos and, checking some things online, I was just exhausted already again for some reason. So I slept for like another hour and a half. And, looking at houses sucks because it's like, hey, I'll look in this area. I started looking in Dallas. Half of them are like, there's this one place that's apparently like just an absolute shithole that everybody who lives there hates. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to look at that one. Oh, you have like 70 listings. That's great. Got to block all those or scroll down and try to find anything that might be in that area. And then there's not. So it's frustrating. It's just frustrating trying to do basic shit. And because I'm so easily distracted, or not distracted, but also that, I'm so easily discouraged that I'll give up after like half an hour. Because it's so unruly to try. I don't even know if that's not the right word, but that's how I feel, I guess. I feel unruly. And so I'm trying not to do that. But I gotta do stuff. I don't know. I don't expect anything good to happen after all this. And when I say, well, you need to change your perspective, I don't know how. If I could will myself into doing that, I would have done it long ass time ago. But I don't know how. So I'm not gonna. Somebody say, well, mindfulness. Sure. If I could will myself to. And when we say, oh, well, a bunch of you can't do a lot of these things because you're somehow unable to. That sounds like a big ass excuse, and you're not really trying. Fuck you. You haven't lived in my brain for 40 years. I have. Fuck you. Fuck you. I've heard it before. I know other people will probably hear it at some point, and they will want to say something like that, but that is my response. Fuck you. Because, again, you haven't lived in my brain. I am stimulated by external, stimulus. As much as I hate that, I live with the fact that that is the thing that works. And I hate it to my fucking core, and I don't know how to change it. I wouldn't even consider this a dream life, but at the very least, I could be more productive in life in general if I was always getting ready to go another place. And it's not just like vacation. Like, this isn't a vacation. I'm not happy that this is the result of what happened with tenant dying and my sublet going to shit. But I could prep for it because I know how to get to that. I know how to deal with that kind of like conflict, and it's like I had a bunch of things lined up, trying to figure out one thing to the next to the next to the next. I can be tactical in that, but I can't plan like more than 7 or 8 days ahead. I wish I could. That would be nice, but I can't. One thing that I'm going to do before I leave LA, which is looking about to be 95% likely, is I'm getting a tattoo. And I'll show you what it looks like when I get it. And this isn't one of those things, I've been thinking about this tattoo for a long time. And I'm hoping to get it this week. this weekend rather. I'm gonna try to see about just kind of dropping in on Saturday. And if it doesn't work out in that way, whatever, we'll see. But I'm gonna take the bus up into Glendale to the tattoo shop that I want to hit up, with the artist that I want to hit up, and talk to him and see about getting it done. And who knows how much it's gonna cost. What I'm thinking it's probably gonna be like $200. And one might say, well, that's a lot more money than you should be spending right now. I know, but you'll see what the tattoo says when the time comes, and it will be a response to that and a lot of other things. So now I'm gonna end this video. I'm gonna go take a shower. I'm gonna play some EverQuest for a little bit, and then whatever. Have fun.